presentation of Fox Sports.
We are Black Hawks. We are Wisconsin.
Afternoon baseball, downtown Phoenix. We welcome you to Brewers television this afternoon. It's the Brew Crew and the Arizona Diamondbacks. Last matchup of the season. The Brew Crew trying to make it 3 out of 4 here at Chase Field in Phoenix. Now Chris Davis going along well in his hometown. He's had 4 hits in this series. Hit a booming home run last night, a 3-run shot. He's driven in 5. And he's back in the starting lineup today. And hi, everybody. We welcome you from Chase Field. Alongside Bill Schroeder, I'm Brian Anderson. We'll hear from Telly Hughes in just a moment as well. And this is going to be a day for the Brewers when they have Gallardo on the mound, but 2 of their big sticks are not in there. Jonathan Lucroy and Ryan Braun not in the lineup, Rock. And that means others are going to have to carry the weight. And you start to look at Chris Davis as maybe that potential.
Yeah, it's all about confidence and staying back for Chris Davis. I think early in the season it was a little bit pressing. I mean, he got his first big league starting job in April. It wasn't a very good month for him, but you can see this video of Chris Davis, the way he stays back, letting the ball travel a little bit. We talk about approach, but what I like to talk about is confidence. And with Chris Davis, it's being quiet with the hands. He's got very quick hands and kind of a back foot hitter. And right now, swinging the bat extremely well. He's got 4 hits, a home run, 5 RBIs so far on this road trip, and having a really good series in a city where he kind of pressed a little bit. He got a lot of family and friends around. Chris Davis certainly has been red hot since the first month of the season.
Yeah, and check out the numbers here. His first 41 games, he was given the left field job. He struggled a little bit, just 5 homers, a .218 average. But look what he's done in the last 25, including that 3-run home run last night. He's got 7 bombs and 20 runs batted in, and most of those home runs are coming to the opposite field. We're just about set for baseball today. Up first, we'll check in with Telly Hughes. He's got a nice story on K-Rod as mentor. That's coming up next on Fox Sports Wisconsin.
It's the series finale between the Brewers and Diamondbacks, and with the win today, the Brewers can bounce out the Valley of the Sun with a series win. Welcome back inside Chase Field. I'm Telly Hughes. After the Crew took the first two games of this series, the Diamondbacks' Tony Campana's walk-off single off Brandon Kinsler last night gave Arizona their first win. But that does not overshadow the success the Brewers' bullpen has had and has been spearheaded by their veteran closer, who feels obligated to pass along his profound wisdom.
I got the privilege to play with Troy Percival. So early in my career, I did not understand. I thought that he was on top of me or in a bad way, which it wasn't. In the end, I realized that he was doing a favor. And one day he told me, all the knowledge, everything that I got, I'm gonna give it to you. And then one day when you're gonna be sitting as a veteran, that's the thing that I want you to do with young guys.
Coming up, the Crew will take a swing at taking 3 of 4 from Arizona to kick off their 7-game road trip. BA and Rock are back with the first pitch from Phoenix between the Brewers and Diamondbacks. Next on Fox Sports Wisconsin.
On Fox Sports Wisconsin is brought to you by Menards. Save big money on all your home improvement needs at Menards. By Miller Lite, now in the original can, it's Miller time. By Toyota, let's go places. And by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. Last day in the desert for the Milwaukee Brewers this afternoon. Great to have you with us on Fox Sports Wisconsin. The roof is all closed up. Temperatures will be soaring into the triple digits today. Brewers are headed to Colorado after the game tonight. They start a series with the Rockies tomorrow, but Renicky has business at hand. And this final game against the Arizona Diamondbacks today. Associated Bank batting order for the Brewers. Scooter Gennett will lead off. He'll be followed by Gene Segura, then Carlos Gomez. In the middle of the order, it's Aramis Ramirez, Chris Davis, and Lyle Overbay. Bottom three, Martin Maldonado, Elian Herrera, and Giovanni Gallardo. Noticeably absent from the lineup, Ryan Braun and Jonathan Lucroy. And for more on the lineup construction, let's check in with Telly Hughes.
Well, B.A. had a chance to talk to Ron Renicky before today's game, and he said it was inevitable to give both guys a day of rest because they've just been grinding for so long, and it was either going to be today or at some point this weekend. So he wanted to go ahead and get it out the way so he can head to Denver with a fresh and full strength lineup.
No, and that's going to put the pressure on the rest of the guys in this lineup. We talked about Chris Davis when we came on the air. He's been swinging the bat well. And right-hander Chase Anderson making a start for the Arizona Diamondbacks. He came up all the way from Double-A Mobile. He made his first start back on May 11th. He won his first 5 before losing to the Dodgers his last time out. Numbers down in the minor leagues in Double-A, unbelievably good.
4-2 with a 0.69 ERA in Double-A. And he's been very good here in the big leagues as well. There's the crew chief, Ted Barrett. He's the guy to keep an eye on if we have a replay challenge. Home plate umpire this afternoon is Will Little. All the pieces in place. And we're set for baseball today in Arizona. Scooter Gennett leading the way for the Brewers. Comes in batting .306. Has 4 homers, 20 runs batted in. He homered here in game 2. He went to center field. Hit him where the big boys hit him, Scooter Gennett. He splashed a little pop. He's done a very nice job as a leadoff hitter. Gennett, Segura, and Gomez at the top of the order today. 2 big bats out of the lineup. Braun's been still nursing that sore thumb, trying to play through it for the most part. Says the oblique is all healed up, but the thumb giving him a little bit of trouble. So important, especially during this stretch, Rock, when you're playing 20 consecutive days without a day off, to find a spot to give them off. And Renicky gives Lucroy and Braun the day off this afternoon.
And that means late in the game you have pretty good options on your bench as the game goes on. Reynolds, Lucroy, Braun, and Weeks, all right-handers available. The Brewers would certainly like to get off to a good start. They've been playing from behind pretty much the entire series.
Won the first 2 games of the series, coming back in both of those games. They were down 3-0 yesterday. They did come back after the Chris Davis homer to tie it, but then would lose the game on a walk-off single by Tony Campana. There's a great play by Gregorius, caught it in the air, and that's how the day begins, with a gem defensively by Didi Gregorius.
Well, not a third baseman by trade. He's played second base in this series, a natural shortstop, but he just has to do a dive and make the catch, keep it in the glove. He was out early today before batting practice, taking ground balls at third base. Not sure how often he's been over there, but a good way to start his day.
Yeah, Gregorius has played a lot of second base this season, a shortstop by trade. This is his first start in the major leagues as a third baseman. Diamondbacks typically have Martin Prado over there. Segura bumped up in the order today, hitting second behind Gennett, a spot where he is familiar. Hit second most of last year in his all-star season, his first full season in the big leagues. Brewers are going to have to be a quick study on Chase Anderson. This is not a guy that they have seen. He was in the minor leagues when the Diamondbacks matched up against the Brewers in early May. And a chopper, nice play by the former shortstop. Chase Anderson makes the play for the second out.
Yeah, 6 feet, 185 pounds. Anderson able to go up and get it. As we highlight the Diamondbacks defense, brought to you by Menards. A couple of guys getting their first start of the series. Cody Ross out on the left. Tuffy Gozwitz behind home plate. Montero out of the lineup today. And Didi Gregorius started at second base a couple of days ago. He moves to third.
One of the best names in the big leagues getting a call behind the plate today. Tuffy Gozwitz. Montero, a rare day off as well. He plays a lot like Lucroy. As Carlos Gomez takes ball 1. Gomez putting a long hitting streak and a long on base streak on the line here today. He's reached base in 31 consecutive games. That is the best in the major leagues. He's hitting .350 during that streak of 31 games on base. Also sitting on a 14-game hitting streak right now. That's the longest hitting streak by a Brewer this year.
Now, when he's not getting his hits, he's been able to draw some walks. He's been much more patient as of late at the plate.
1-2 to Gomez, and a swing and a miss. Down he goes. They'll secure it at first. And Chase Anderson goes right through the order. Now it's Gallardo's turn. Giovanni on the mound when we continue. Downtown Phoenix, final game of the series. Kirk Gibson and the Diamondbacks enduring a very rough season. They've had a ton of injuries this year. Diamondbacks are 31-44, dead last in their division. Gibson's Associated Bank batting order looks like this today, with Parra, Owings, and Goldschmidt at the top. Aaron Hill, David Peralta, and Cody Ross in the middle, and then Gibson's got Gregorius, Goswitch, and Anderson rounding it out. And the starting nine that will match up against the Brewers opening day starter Giovanni Gallardo.
Yeah, last two starts for Yo have been very good. He's allowed only one earned run in his last 14 innings, covering two starts, one against Pittsburgh, one Cincinnati. He has never lost to the Diamondbacks. 6-0 with a 193 earned run average and 9 starts against Arizona.
And Gallardo is 4-0 here at Chase Field in his career, and 5 career starts with an ERA of 2.08. And had one of his better moments as an international pitcher here in this ballpark as well, pitching for Team Mexico in the WBC a couple of years ago, pitching against Team USA. So he's got a lot of good memories about this venue, and he is hoping to keep it going today. The Brewers would love to get out of here with a victory, take 3 out of 4 from the Diamondbacks before they start a series with the Rockies. As Parra lines one to Gomez. Nice catch. Gomez reaches down on a backhand and takes a hit away from Gerardo Parra.
Yeah, that's why you have to stretch out pretty well before the game starts. This is a good way to blow out a hamstring. Already having a problem with one. First play of the game, and Gomez able to make a nice running catch coming in. Always have to be ready. Tested early is Gomez today.
A couple of defensive gems to start this game. That terrific play by Didi Gregorius at third in the top of the first, and now Gomez puts another one on the board. And Chris Owings takes a strike.
Yeah, neither team had the structured batting practice today. Both teams had an optional BP. Just a few guys from both teams took batting practice today, so guys coming out cold today.
Owings has had a great series. He is 6 for 11. He runs well. Got to hurry it over to first. Jeanette just gets him for out number 2. Arizona can swing the bats. There's nothing wrong with their offense. And they are led by Paul Goldschmidt in the middle. The Brewers will have to be on their toes defensively today, and a little bit of a makeshift unit out there. Brewers defense courtesy of Menards.
And Martin Maldonado gets to start behind home plate. Brewers defense not very good yesterday in the first inning, but they were able to recover and made some nice plays as the game went on.
Two gone. Here is Goldschmidt, and Gallardo deals him strike 1. Goldschmidt having another great season, putting together an MVP type year. Probably should have won the most valuable player award last year. As the Diamondbacks struggled as a team, Goldschmidt was the shining light Had a great season. He finished second in the MVP voting to Andrew McCutchen. Has established himself as one of the premier sluggers in the game now. One of the dangerous at-bats as well.
Yeah, tough guy to strike out. Hits the ball to all fields with power, and a Gold Glover at first base.
Won the Gold Glove and the Silver Slugger Award last year. Made the All-Star team a season ago. And by season's end, he led the National League in homers and RBIs.
Hey, get calls like that, you help you to be an MVP. That was a pretty good pitch on the outside corner. Well, the inside corner was up for controversy last night for hitters. A lot of pitches off the inside corner called strikes. Let's see how Will Little's going to be behind home plate.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Gallardo coming back with a fastball, and Goldschmidt fouls it away. It's a good sign early. Gallardo's fastball sitting there 92, 93 miles an hour, and he's been able to put it where he wants.
Yeah, last couple of starts, he's had pretty good breaking pitch. Curveball's been good, able to throw it for strikes early in the count. And that really sets up the fastball for him.
And the curveball in the air to right, slicing, and that'll be foul. Goldschmidt just does such a great job going to the opposite field. You talk a lot about approach, and Goldschmidt will pull a few balls too. I mean, he'll hit his home runs to left field, but it's just that idea that you can't get one by him on the outside corner. He covers the plate so well.
Good hitters do that because that's where most pitchers want to get you out. Not many guys are effective inside. And here comes Giovanni.
Maldonado setting up in there, and Gallardo misses with a fastball.
Good hitters, you have to pitch in, but you better be careful pitching in. Look at the spray chart for Goldschmidt. Outstanding. You look away, you think opposite field, and you react inside. That's what most good hitters do.
Pitch number 8 of the at-bat coming to Goldschmidt. And that one's in there. Called strike 3. Down he goes. So Gallardo with a strikeout in the 3-up, 3-down inning. Aramis, Ramirez, and Chris Davis will start it in the second. To kick back and relax a little bit. No score as we head to the second inning. I'm curious to see what the All-Star results are going to look like next week. Our Feldco All-Star voting update. This is as the last issue. And Lucroy was 3rd behind Molina and Posey. Carlos Gomez 4th. Got to be in the top 3 for Carlos Gomez to make it as an All-Star starter as an outfielder. Right now it's Yasiel Puig, Andrew McCutchen, and Giancarlo Stanton of the Marlins. Here's Aramis Ramirez to start it for the Brewers. Could very well be in that All-Star discussion had he not missed 3 weeks with a hamstring injury.
Especially the way he started out in April. One of his best starts of his career.
Brewers have not had a lot of representation at the All-Star game from their third base and catching positions. You got to go back into the 90s to find the last to make it at those spots. I think it was Jeff Cirillo in '96, the last third baseman to make it. And Dave Nilsson was the last catcher to make an All-Star team as a Brewer. That was '99.
Well, this could be the year. You figure Luke Roy's going to get there at some point, somehow, as good as he's been. And what a season he's put together this year.
1-2 to Ramirez. Into right center field. Well hit. Long run. Parra will run it down. They had him played in the gap. And Aramis is retired. 4 in a row for young Chase Anderson.
Well, a little bit out on his front foot and just got under a little bit. One guy that hasn't been getting out on his front foot much has been Chris Davis. He has been staying back nicely, including this swing of the bat on a pitch actually middle in and down a little bit. Davis taking it to the opposite field, a 3-run shot, and that tied the game at the time. See how well he's been staying back on the baseball and driving it to right center.
4 hits and 5 RBIs in this series for Davis in the first 3 games. Playing in his hometown, grew up about 15 to 20 minutes from Chase Field. Said he never played here as a kid or as an amateur. They didn't set up games to be played inside this venue. Came to a few games here and was a Diamondbacks fan growing up. Anderson has been a big winner. He has been a bright spot in a beat up starting rotation for the Arizona Diamondbacks. Their bad news started in spring training with the D-backs, with Patrick Corbin requiring Tommy John surgery in March. Daniel Hudson had to have a second Tommy John procedure done. Bronson Arroyo just went on the disabled list before the Brewers got here on Monday after he pitched Sunday. So essentially their top 3 pitchers, as Davis is drilled and a man on with 1 away.
And it might have been a changeup that got away from Anderson. Chase Anderson has a great changeup, one of the best you'll see. Let's see if it's a changeup or not. It did look like he had those fingers wrapped around the baseball. That's not going to hurt too much. Strong guy like Davis getting hit by a changeup.
Yeah, especially when you have legs for arms like Chris Davis. You just brush that off, a mosquito bite.
Yeah, not too many of the Brewers have ever seen this guy throw. I mean, he's coming up from Double-A, so the guys that were in Triple-A haven't seen him. When you look at his first 3 innings, basically first time through in each one of his starts, he's been pretty good. Actually, he's been pretty good throughout every one of his starts except one.
He's matched up twice against Clayton Kershaw, who's the headliner in Major League Baseball today after his no-hitter last night. Anderson beat Kershaw earlier this season. That was his second Major League win in his second start. He beat Clayton Kershaw, giving up 5 runs in 5 innings. And that has been his worst start as a Major Leaguer, Chase Anderson. He's made 6 starts. He's allowed 2 runs or fewer in 5 of the 6 starts. So his numbers actually even more impressive than the 3.21 ERA which he boasts now, which is impressive enough. But you take away that 1 start against the Dodgers, and that ERA is way down there.
He had some runs to play with in that game. He was an 18-7 winner against the Dodgers in that game.
How about that?
The following game against San Diego, the Diamondbacks put up 12 runs for him. So he gets a pretty good run support, this young man.
He won his first 5 decisions of his Major League career. Finally lost for the first time against Los Angeles last weekend as Overbay fouls it back out of play. Lyle Overbay, tremendous defensive first baseman. He's been a good pinch hitter for the Brewers this season as well. He's a .227 hitter overall. His batting average as a pinch hitter is up around 300. And a nice addition.
Yeah, got off to a very slow start, and that even included spring training. But swinging the bat much better now.
Well, as good as Mark Reynolds has been at first base defensively, and as good as Lucroy is defensively behind the plate, the Brewers actually upgrade defensively with Maldonado and Overbay. You don't get the same kind of offense, but probably one of the better defensive units that the Brewers can have on the field with these two guys. 2-2, a shot right to Owings, who bobbles, steps on the bag, still makes the double play. Overbay hit it sharply. They had him well positioned, and a 6-3 double play to win the inning. The second inning, Gallardo retiring the side in order at first. How about our AT U-verse rewind? Speaking of pitching, what a performance last night by Clayton Kershaw. He no-hits the Colorado Rockies, the Brewers' next opponent. And Rocky, you'd have to say it is one of the greatest no-hitters ever pitched. 15 strikeouts for Clayton Kershaw, and the most strikeouts without a walk in the history of baseball, and only Nolan Ryan with more Ks in a no-hitter.
Yeah, amazing performance. It was a Hanley Ramirez error. What was that, in the 7th inning, was it? Mm-hmm. That kept him from a perfect game. You wonder how Hanley Ramirez is feeling after that game. Man, it was a relatively routine play. Just threw it away, and that was all that kept Clayton Kershaw from a perfect game last night.
Aaron Hill leads off for Arizona. Those two higher strikeout games for no-hitters by Nolan Ryan. 2 of his 7, by the way. Nolan had a 17 strikeout performance, which is the most strikeouts in a no-hitter. But Nolan walked 4 in that game, and then his 16 strikeout game in the no-hitter, he walked 2. So the fact that Kershaw didn't walk anybody, struck out 15, a Texan just like Nolan. One of the more dominating performances in the history of baseball. We were fortunate to be able to watch the last couple of innings of that game after ours ended last night, and to hear Vin Scully call Clayton Kershaw's no-hitter, that was just a treat last night.
Yeah, the most important part of that whole thing for you was he was a Texan, right?
Yes.
I'm not sure why you added that in there.
Yeah, it was just a little nugget there. As Aaron Hill sends one deep to left. Over is Davis. He's got it for the out. And Gallardo retires his first batter faced in the second inning.
Would you have said the same if they were both from New Jersey?
I would have. Everybody knows that. Carsoup.com, email the booth question. How many reigning Cy Young Award winners have thrown no-hitters? There may or may not be a Texan in that group.
Nice.
I'll give you a hint. There is another Los Angeles Dodger in that group.
Okay.
Does that help?
Yes, it does.
All right. Here's David Peralta. This is another guy pressed into duty, coming from Double-A to the big leagues. David Peralta, a converted pitcher in the Cardinals organization, and now a big league center fielder with the Diamondbacks.
And he's been swinging the bat pretty well. I mean, limited at-bats, 18 games, but Peralta, it looks like he has a pretty good idea up there at the plate. He's been hitting baseball hard in this series.
Peralta in the lineup today, batting fifth as he sends that one deep center field. Gomez on the run at the track, and Gomez runs it down. Makes it look so easy out there. Carlos Gomez, the Gold Glover, fetches one for out number 2.
Man, it's all about, pre-game prep for Carlos Gomez. Now watch him. He never takes his eye off the baseball. Knows exactly where he is on that warning track and hauls it in. Well, he does take his eye off it. Just gives a little bit of a peek. Makes the catch about 3 feet from the wall. He does make it look easy.
Gomez is so fast. Covers so much ground out there. Plays deep anyway. He's comfortable playing deeper. And that really all began with the Minnesota Twins organization. That's where they liked him playing, and that's where he got comfortable playing in center field. Remember all those great years they had Torrey Hunter roaming center field in Minnesota, and that's the idea. So he robs a lot of potential home runs. But the reason it works so well for Gomez, Rock, is because he can come in on the ball at such a great pace and make plays.
And he's got a terrific throwing arm, so he can, even when he's back there, he can cut you down trying to take the extra base.
Cody Ross batting with 2 outs.
Yeah, there was a time when Carlos was playing a little bit more shallow as a Brewer, but you remember how many times he went crashing into that fence in the outfield a little bit too hard, so they wanted him to play a little bit deeper so he wouldn't really expose himself so much.
Now, one of his more significant injuries happened right here at Chase Field. That was 2 years ago, diving for a ball that he was coming in on, and he fractured his collarbone. He plays hard, and there's always that risk of injury with Gomez. That's why it's important to have somebody ready. As Ross bounces to Ramirez, and Gallardo has retired his first 6 as a strikeout as well. Here in Arizona as we head to the third inning, and a reminder coming up this Saturday, a full night of MLB action. Baseball Night in America on Fox. It'll be the Braves and the Nationals, or the Pirates against the Chicago Cubs, and then the Rangers take on the Angels over on Fox Sports 1. Our MLB doubleheader begins Saturday 6 p.m. Central on Fox, continues at 9 Central on FS1 in that East Division. Not a whole lot of success overall in the division, but they've got a tight race going now. Washington will be hosting Atlanta a little bit later today. Nationals in first place. The Brewers will see the Nats next week at Miller Park beginning Monday.
Phillies hanging right in there. They lost, I should say they've won 7 of the last 10 games.
Yeah, and even though they're 6 under, they are certainly in it at this point. They're going to be in St. Louis tonight taking on the Cardinals. Martin Maldonado leads off for the Crew. Bottom 3 coming up for the Brewers. Chase Anderson hit a batter, hit Davis last inning, but wiped him out with a double play to end the frame. So he's faced the minimum as well.
And talking to Johnny Naron before the game about Chase Anderson, he was mentioning how good his changeup is so far this year. He's one of the best changeups in the Diamondbacks organization, and hadn't thrown too many of them. You've seen his curveball, but most of the time it's been the fastball. There's a changeup right there. It's got a little bit of depth to it. It's going to run in on a right-handed batter. One thing you can say about this Brewers offense, these hitters know exactly what these guys throw. Johnny Naron very good at coming up with a scouting report, knows what they're going to throw, how often they throw it.
Maldonado over to third base. Didi Gregorius with that strong arm makes the play. And Martinez retired 5-3. Getting some ground ball outs here is Chase Anderson.
Number 3, Elian Herrera.
So one away for the switch hitter, Elian Herrera. Brewers are about as left-handed as they could be today. They don't have many options off the left side. Got Herrera, the switch hitter. Jeanette and Overbay, the other 2 left-handed batters against Chase Anderson. Both of Herrera's hits came in game 1, and they came as a left-handed batter in this series. He's 2 for 7.
And that's interesting that the Brewers have that many lefties, because Anderson's actually better against lefties than right-handed hitters because of that good changeup. But as we were talking about, 20 consecutive games for the Brewers without a day off. You got to rest your guys once in a while. Lucroy, Braun getting today off, but available at the end of the game if need be.
2-0 on Herrera. In the air to left. Cody Ross will make the play for out number 2.
Well, the Brewers look to shut down one of the National League's best offenses as Thursday, June 26th through Sunday the 29th, as they welcome Troy Tulowitzki and the Colorado Rockies to Miller Park. Call 414-902-4000 or visit Brewers.com for tickets. Going to Colorado after today's game.
Looking forward to it. Always a great place to spend a weekend, downtown Colorado. Brewers are hoping to keep their bats healthy. The Diamondbacks and the Rockies with the 2 worst ERAs in the National League. The Brewers have swung the bat well. Had double-digit hit totals the first 2 days here in their wins. Last night lost 4-3. Had 3 runs on 5 hits last night. It was interesting that the Diamondbacks demoted the guy who won the game for him yesterday.
That's right.
Tony Campana had a walk-off single to win the game last night and was sent back to AAA.
Man, just think about that. All the celebrating and Campana getting dressed after the game and is told that Kirk Gibson wants to see. Probably going to think he's going to get congratulated, but gets sent down for his trouble.
Yeah, Skipper wants to see you in his office. I bet he's just going to give me a huge pat on the back. Kirk Gibson, what a great player he was. Nice going, Tony. You'll be in the lineup tomorrow in Reno. And Arizona needed a starting pitcher. So Matt Stites is coming up. Tony Campana going down. Arizona just trying to make do right now. They've had so many injuries. We talked about losing their top 3 starters. They're also without Mike Trumbo, has a stress fracture in his foot, and one of their better players, center fielder A.J. Pollock, has a broken hand. Gallardo beats one into the ground to short. Owings will make the play, and Chase Anderson pours through the Brewers' first time through.
Baseball on Fox Sports Wisconsin is brought to you by Piggly Wiggly, the official supermarket of Fox Sports Wisconsin. By Marshfield Clinic, don't just live, shine. And by Gerhard's, the kitchen and bath store. Find inspiration for your home, remodel, or new construction project at Gerhard's.
Back at Chase Field, downtown Phoenix, and a good pitchers duel going so far. Chase Anderson has hit a batter but faced the minimum through the first 3 innings. Gallardo has retired 6 in a row with a strikeout. Neither club with a hit just yet. And we head to the bottom of the 3rd with the bottom of the Arizona order coming up. Gregorius, Gozwich, and the pitcher Chase Anderson. And Gallardo starts Gregorius with strike 1. Now, Gregorius was traded here. Diamondbacks thought he was their shortstop of the future, but they have found another in Chris Owings. So Gregorius has actually been bounced around a little bit. He has played some second base, played well there. He's getting his first major league start as a third baseman here this afternoon. He's already made a nice play.
And you got to wonder how long he's going to be up, given the fact that he's not playing a whole lot, only 11 games so far. And I mean, if you're looking for this guy to be one of your prospects, or the guy you're going to be counting on down the road, you want him playing somewhere.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Gregorius able to lay off. There was always that discussion in the Reds organization between Gregorius and Zach Cozart. Those two were coming up through the Reds minor league system together. They played together. It was always the decision, who's it going to be? Are we going to go with Cozart or Gregorius? Cozart 1 out. As Gregorius flies out, 4 out, number 1 here in the 3rd inning. Back to our Carsuit.com email the booth question, or rather trivia question. How many reigning Cy Young Award winners have thrown no-hitters? Clayton Kershaw did it last night. He's won 2 Cy Young awards and threw the no-hitter last night. Then you got to go back to Bob Gibson in 1971. Had 20 complete games in his 31 starts that year. Incredible numbers from Bob Gibson. And then Sandy Koufax, the other Dodger to do it back in 1964.
This tells you that anybody that toes that rubber on a given night is good enough at the big league level to throw a no-hitter, right? You don't have to be a Hall of Famer, a Cy Young Award winner to do it. You're in the big leagues, you have the stuff, you put it all together, you can put together a no-hitter. As difficult as it may be, but it's possible.
Gallardo facing Tuffy Goswitch. And you think about Clayton Kershaw, and he's got a lot of career remaining. But the way he started his career, and he already has 2 Cy Young awards. He is one of the dominant pitchers in the game. I think you're comfortable putting him in the group of Kirk Gibson, or rather of Gibson and Koufax. He could be that good.
He's going to have the staying power, stick around a long time, and it's got a long way to go, I guess, to be put in that class.
That year, Koufax threw a no-hitter after his Cy Young Award year in '64. He went 19-5 with a 1.74 earned run average in '64.
Now you wonder how many games Sandy Koufax would have won had they had the surgical procedures that they have now when he got hurt.
And Koufax had 12 years in the big leagues, and really 6 great years, and then 6 years where just the arm trouble early, and really didn't find his game until what would be his 7th year, I guess. I mean, he had a decent year with the Dodgers in 1960, but nothing like what we saw in the early 60s, 61 to 66. I mean, he was out. Too much pain.
Right.
Won 3 Cy Young awards.
They can fix that these days.
Full count to Goswitch. Bouncer back to Gallardo. Fields his position well always and makes the play for out number 2. So 2 gone. Here's Chase Anderson. This guy's a good athlete. Got to pay attention to him at the plate. He's just 1 for 9 at the major league level swinging the bat. You start swinging the bat in the minor leagues at the AA level, so he hit this year in his first run in AA.
Anytime you think of Bob Gibson, what is the first thing that comes into your mind? Bob Gibson?
Just the intimidation.
A 1.12 earned run average.
Oh, at 68, right.
I mean, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah, the year they raised the mound, Gibson had that 1.12 ERA, and over the other league, in the American League, Denny McLain was a 30-game winner that season. Magical year for the pitcher.
And you can thank those 2 guys for baseball lowering the mound right after that.
Immediately.
Yep. Went from 13 inches to 10.
Are all mounds 10 inches, you feel, or does it?
They're supposed to be. The slopes are different.
A fly ball to right. Elian Herrera makes a catch, and that will retire the side. So Gallardo 9 up, 9 down to get us started this afternoon.
Brewers Diamondbacks as we head to the 4th inning. Scooter Gennett gets bobbleized Sunday, June 29th, when the Brewers welcome the Rockies to Miller Park. All fans in attendance get this collectible bobblehead of the Brewers second baseman, courtesy of Wisconsin Army National Guard. For tickets, call 414-902-4000. Go to Brewers.com for tickets.
Thus the camo uniform for Scooter Gennett. Now Scooter Gennett with 5 straight multi-hit games, which is a Brewers season high. A couple of hits today for Gennett, and he'll do something that has not been done in franchise history since 2005. Here's a name from the past. Brady Clark had 6 straight multi-hit games back in 05.
That leadoff hitter hit 300. Had a great year that year.
Well, the Brewers would love to see a single hit right now.
Well, second time through the batting order. None of these Brewers have ever seen Anderson, so pitcher has the early advantage more times than not. Let's see what adjustments the Brewers make.
Chase Anderson did hit a batter in the 2nd inning with 1 out, but got a double play from Overbay that wiped out the base runner Davis. So he's faced the minimum. Top of the order here, Gennett, Segura, Gomez to start it in a scoreless, hitless game thus far. A lot of day baseball going on in the major leagues today. Brewers are ahead of the Cardinals in the division to start play. A 3.5 game lead in the National League Central. St. Louis hosting Philadelphia tonight. Gennett pops it up. The shortstop Owings will make the catch for out number 1. Gene Segura coming up. We check in with Telly Hughes. What do you have, Telly?
Well, with Gene, Ron Renicky wants to see more consistency. He hit the ball well in the first game of this series, but didn't have anything to show for it. Game 2, he had 2 triples, and then last night's another 0 for 3 night. And he said that he can't really give him a day because of what he really brings on the defensive side of things. He said this is a shortstop that make plays not only anyone else on this team can make, but around the league he make plays that a lot of guys can't make. So he said he really wants to see him flourish like he did last year, especially in that number 2 hole like he's in today, and we'll see if he can keep it going.
Yeah, the only other guy on the roster that can play shortstop is Herrera right now. And you got to keep Segura in there. He's just such a good defender and has an impact even when he doesn't get hits. It's all about staying back. We came on the air today talking about how well Chris Davis has been staying back, letting the ball get to him and not jumping at the baseball. That's what Segura has been doing a lot of early in the year here. Just pushing off that back foot, lunging at the baseball, slowing his bat down, and because of that, he's swinging a lot of pitches out of the strike zone.
Now those last 2 pitches are a perfect example of what you're talking about. Segura committing early, swinging away at a breaking ball in the dirt, and then chasing a high fastball. He's got himself in an 0-2 count. You've seen 3 pitches, a big difference between being in a 2-1 count versus an 0-2 count here. And Segura does lay off that one.
And no secret to what he's doing and the adjustments that he has to make, and he does it in batting practice. And you know, he and Johnny Nairn in the cage before the game, and it's just when the game gets going, you get excited and you revert back to some of your old habits. And right now, Segura just jumping at the baseball.
Pops this one up. That'll be Gerardo Parra to make the play. 2 up, 2 down for Chase Anderson. Anderson was a dominant high school pitcher. Most big league pitchers are, but not only was he great on the mound, but he was also an all-state shortstop at Ryder High School in Texas and Wichita Falls. He threw 3 no-hitters in high school. Played his college ball at Oklahoma. Big cut and a miss by Gomez. Anderson was a 9th round draft pick in 2009, but he has plowed through the Diamondbacks minor league system. Doesn't bring overpowering stuff, but he brings great command of 3 pitches, and that's the recipe for success.
Yeah, particularly the changeup. We've seen a number of them, and the Brewers really haven't been able to make much contact on it. Drafted out of college. He got drafted by the Twins in high school.
Well, he's got Gomez talking to himself. Carlos struck out in the first inning. Anderson's lone strikeout. And the 1-2, and Gomez lays off the breaking ball. That's a pitch that got him last time.
Doesn't throw it all that hard. Doesn't throw anything all that hard. Not much velocity on his pitches, even the fastball. Mixes it up, throws him off for strikes. And is relatively unpredictable out there. Of course, the more you see him, the more you're going to understand what he's trying to do. I think that is one of the reasons why he's been so successful so far this year. The only team that's seen him twice are the Dodgers.
Well, the second time through, the Dodgers beat him. Although he gave up just 2 earned runs, he lost to Kershaw his last time out. That was his first loss in the major leagues. That was last week. There's a strike called. Anderson hits the edge, and Gomez is gone again. 4 hitless innings for Anderson. And we head to the Diamondbacks half of the 4th inning. We see the Brewers fans here at Chase Field. Our Jimmy John's freaky fast delivery. Carlos Gomez running one down in center field. That was the first batter of the ballgame that Gallardo faced. Gerardo Parra robbed of extra bases by Gomez. Pitchers off to a good start this afternoon. Chase Anderson and Giovanni Gallardo. Gallardo has retired all 9 he's faced with a strikeout, so he'll face the top of the order here in the 4th. Parra, Owings, and Goldschmidt. Second time through the order for Giovanni. And a good hook in there for strike 1. Brewers are in game 10 of a stretch of 20 consecutive games without a day off. Their next day off will be on June 30th. Every team goes through it, and this is a time as a hot shot. Oh, what a pickup by Segura. Throw to first in time. Wow.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about. Makes an impact even when it doesn't get hits. Making a nice play on a tough hop. Short hop, able to use those good soft hands, and gets Parra easily at first base. Just an incredible fielding shortstop is Gene Segura.
That was a wicked hop. I think the mound, the slope of the mound took a little heat off it, but did create an awkward bounce for Segura, who picks it with ease. So 1 away. Here is Chris Owings. Strike 1.
Ara hits a shot, and the mound sent it up in the air. Took a little steam off of it. Otherwise, that ball is probably ticketed for center field.
And with Parra's speed, he might have tried for a double. Makes it look easy. It's far from it.
Been very impressed with the shortstops in this series with Segura and Chris Owings. Owings is a rookie, and the Diamondbacks feel like they've found a gem here. He's not your prototypical shortstop in stature. He deals with the same kind of questions and doubts that Gene Segura dealt with coming through the minor leagues. Is he big enough? Does he look like a shortstop? He plays the position well, though. And a little flare, and that's going to fall. A base hit. That's what he does well as well. Puts the bat on the ball, and there is the first hit of the ball game as Chris Owings just reaches out like a tennis backhand and serves one into right.
That's like a flare right over the head of Lyle Overbay. Look at that curveball. I mean, how do you hit that? Ends up as a base hit. That was about a foot off the outside corner, and check it out. And no play for anybody out there, so there's your first hit. He hit it like he threw it.
And that puts a man on for Paul Goldschmidt, whom Gallardo struck out his last time up. Got him swinging. And a little half swing there. He goes. Strike one on Goldschmidt. Goldschmidt's name is scattered throughout the National League leaderboard offensively. Snap throw to first. Owings is just back.
Always have to be ready. You're playing first base. You never know when Maldonado's going to try and pick the guy off. You have a good arm. You like to show it off.
Swing and a miss. 1-2 the count on Goldschmidt. Goldschmidt comes in 7th in the league in hitting. Lucroy checks in at 2nd in the league behind Tulowitzki. Gomez is 5th. And then there's Goldschmidt, and Scooter Gennett is now qualified with enough plate appearances. Scooter is 9th in the league. So 3 Brewers in the top 9 and 4 in the top 9 in this series when you add Goldschmidt. A swing and a miss. Down he goes. Gallardo strikes him out again. He has punched him out twice, and it's out number 2 in the 4th.
Yep, everything away except for strike 2, and he's able to get into Goldschmidt's hands. And I think that was the pitch that got into his head and made him vulnerable on that breaking pitch away. Good slider off the outside corner.
2 Ks for Gallardo. 2 outs in the inning. Here is Aaron Hill. Flew out to deep left his first time up. There goes Owings. Maldonado double clutch. The throw is late and now gets into center field, and Owings will advance to 3rd.
Yeah, you're better off just holding on. Once you lost a handle the first time, no way you're going to get Owings. Stolen base and an error on Maldonado. It'll make matters worse when you try and make up for a mistake. If he gets rid of it right here, he's got a chance. Actually bobbles it, catches it barehanded, and that'll be an E2.
Gennett having to come around the sliding base runner. Runner at 3rd with 2 away. Pitch was called a strike on Aaron Hill. No balls, 1 strike. And a bouncing ball broke his bat. Long throw for Segura, and it's dug out by Overbay. The inning is over. The Brewers work around a hit and an error. And Gallardo, 4 shutout innings. We played 4 in Arizona, scoreless.
To the top of the 5th inning, time to check in with the crew and community. Special Olympics is a long-standing non-profit organization that has provided critical support for children and adults with intellectual disabilities, allowing for participation in sports-related activities and competitive experiences year-round. Brewers Community Foundation serves as the presenting sponsor for this year's rappelling event at Miller Park. Brave and courageous individuals are encouraged to take advantage of this unique opportunity to raise money for Special Olympics while engaging in a fun-filled experience. If rappelling isn't for you, rally your coworkers to toss your boss or someone else over the edge. Taking place at Miller Park on July 19th.
All right, Telly, thanks. Here's Aramis Ramirez starting this 5th inning in a scoreless game. Brewers still looking for their first hit against Chase Anderson. He's hit a batter, but got a double play on the very next hitter, Overbay, in the 2nd inning. Couple of strikeouts for Anderson, 26-year-old rookie. He's been ahead of just about everyone here today. 11 first pitch strikes. He's 11 out of 13 getting ahead. Makes a difference. Ramirez down the right field line, and that's down. A base hit. Parr able to cut it off. Ramirez on his way to second, and the throw comes in just late.
How about that throwing arm out there in right field? Wow.
It's a double for Aramis Ramirez, and the Brewers' first hit is an extra base hit.
Yeah, there you go. Good approach. We've been talking about that for a while now. Ramirez let that one get to him, and just a flip of the wrist right there, out of the reach. It's slicing away from Parr, but check him out. Look at his throw. Make a stop, and right on the money to second base, and made it close.
Parr is a Gold Glover, and he's upset he didn't get the out at second base. Playing a different game out there than most right fielders. So there's an opportunity at second base for Chris Davis. And Davis in the air to right. Parra will wind it up. Ramirez won't challenge him.
Yeah, good idea.
First out of the inning.
See where he makes contact with that baseball, right where you should, right off of that front knee, and you try and get out in front a little bit and just try and serve it out there. No way you're going to be able to line it like Ramirez did. Just good balance and able to stay back and drive it to the opposite field.
Well, the Brewers are racking up the extra base hits.
They lead all of baseball over the last 30 days, as a matter of fact, in extra base hits. They have 107 in the last 30 days. That's more than the Tigers, the Orioles, the Cubs, and this Diamondbacks ball club. No switch, able to keep that close enough where Ramirez stays put.
Yeah, Brewers are second in the league in home runs, third in the league in doubles, and sixth in triples. Not bad.
And overall, only the Rockies with more extra base hits than the Brew Crew, and you can understand that playing in Colorado.
That and the fact that they can hit pretty well.
That's the best hitting team statistically across the board. Brewers are going to get to see that firsthand beginning tomorrow. That's what makes the Kershaw no-hitter that much more impressive.
Yeah, hitting .281 as a team are the Rockies.
Pickoff play close. Ramirez just got back.
Lead league in batting average, runs, home runs to the Rockies, and that's pretty close, but Ramirez is able to get that hand in there.
Ramirez still not running well. Never was a speedster to begin with, but that hamstring injury has really slowed him down. And he's one of the guys in the lineup you got to play station to station with. Overbay would love to hit one in the seats here and let him jog around, or at least get one through a gap. Overbay is still the Brewers franchise leader in doubles. Did it as a Brewer way back in '05. Ramirez almost caught him a couple of years ago. Right back up the middle, and a base hit. Ramirez around third. On his way, he'll score. Overbay's on his way to second with nobody home.
Yeah, nobody there. How about that?
RBI single by Overbay, taking second base, and puts himself into scoring position. Actually, they have to score that a double.
Yeah, right. I mean, Owings never got back. They had Aaron Hill going over to first base in case Overbay was rounding the bag a little bit too far, because you have Goldschmidt in the cutoff spot around the pitcher's mound. The mistake made right there is Owings not getting back.
So it's an RBI double for Lyle Overbay. Be the most unusual double of his career, probably. And he gives the Brewers the lead. An RBI hit for Overbay. 1-0 Crew. And here's Maldonado. Maldonado grounded out his first time up. Bounced over to third. The Brewers finally get to Chase Anderson. Their first hit to start this inning, a double by Ramirez, and Overbay brings in the first run. Maldonado into right, pretty well hit. Overbay will not tag. And Parra guns one to second just to keep him honest. Man, this guy's got an arm. 2 outs. Now time for you to tweet us your photo using hashtag WisFanPhoto for a chance to have it shown in an upcoming broadcast, and it's brought to you by AT&T. Here's Elian Herrera. Overbay will be running with the crack of the bat with 2 away. Brewers at the bottom of their order. Herrera batting 8th. See how aggressive Chase Anderson is with Gallardo due next, the pitcher. Down and in, ball 1.
Pretty aggressive. Both of those pitches pretty close. Change up, then fastball. This is a spot where if you're Herrera, you got to be a little bit more aggressive than you normally would be. Try and drive in that run.
Ball and a strike. Overbay with a big lead at second, and Herrera right off the end of the bat coming in. Long way to go. Peralta got a late break. That'll fall. And coming in to score is Overbay, and it's 2-0 Brewers on a flare single by Elian Herrera.
That ball was up there a long time. Somebody should have been under that. Looked like Peralta took a step back initially, and you wonder why. Look at the swing. It was a one-handed swing. Peralta kind of a banana route out there. Not that he was able to get there anyway. And that one falls in no man's land for an RBI for Elian Herrera.
Herrera with his third hit of the series, drives in just his second run of the season for the Brewers. Here's Gallardo now.
So the second time through the batting order against Anderson, a little bit better, right?
Now the Brewers are 3 for 8 with 2 doubles second time through.
Guys have a better sense of what he's doing out there in the mound, what his pitches are doing.
Gallardo has had some big moments this year. The biggest at the plate for him was the walk-off double he had, pinch hitting in extra innings at Miller Park. Brewers ran out of players. They rolled Gallardo out there, and he won the game for them.
Was that the Orioles, wasn't it?
Yep, against Baltimore. Made a winner out of Frankie Rodriguez that day. Brewers would go on to win that series. Gallardo then won the next day, as a matter of fact, as the starting pitcher. So he won a game with his bat against the Orioles, and then the next day he won it with his arm. Had a hit in that game too.
Good couple of days.
Just like Little League all over again for Yovani Gallardo. And Gallardo lines it right to Hill to end the inning. But the Brewers get a pair. They strike first today in the 5th inning. 3 hits. Ramirez and Overbay with doubles. Overbay drives in the first run. And then Elian Herrera with a little flare single to drive in Lyle Overbay. And the Brewers are up 2-0 as we head to the bottom of the 5th. In the ballpark this afternoon. Man, what a great way to spend a summer day at a big league ball game, huh? Our AT&T fan photo. Use the hashtag WisFanPhoto. This is Whitney. Artistic shot of Miller Park. Thank you, Whitney. Well, you got Ramirez and Overbay with a couple of doubles, scoring the 2 runs in the 5th inning, top of the 5th, and now the Brewers head to the home half of the 5th up 2-0.
A couple of guys that don't play every day contributing to the offense. We were talking about today that guys got to step up with Lucroy and Reynolds and Braun out of the lineup. And so far they have.
David Peralta. He flew out to center field his first time up. Gallardo's given up just one hit. That was a little flare single by Owings. Managed to get out of the inning. He looks sharp today. Gallardo has been impressive. He's throwing everything he has for strikes.
And his fastball has been located well. He's been able to pitch inside. Fastball away has been right on the corners.
And a line drive to center. Base hit for Peralta. So the second hit, this time it's a leadoff single. And now Gallardo will go into the stretch and has to go to work with the bottom of the order coming up. Cody Ross getting the start today. Both of these teams using some of their bench players with a day game after a night game. That's pretty common for big league managers. Ross did have a pinch hit appearance earlier in the series. Had a base hit. That was 2 days ago. Ross's former team, the San Francisco Giants, are already here in Phoenix.
Yeah,
shared the hotel with them last night.
Yeah, they got to the hotel. We got back to the hotel after the game, and the luggage for the Giants was getting unloaded. That's an impressive eye black for Cody Ross. Did you see it?
Yeah, especially when the roof is closed.
He's got the streaks going. Not sure you need it out there with the roof closed, but hey, style points.
I like it.
Check him out.
The son of a rodeo clown, and having grown up in a rodeo town, I can tell you the baddest dudes in the whole circuit are the rodeo clowns. Those are the guys you want as your friends. As Ross swings and misses. Those rodeo clowns trying to get the bull away from the rider.
Right, get the bull to chase you, right?
That's why they put all the makeup on and
take some guts.
But those guys are usually the best athletes on the circuit.
Did you used to do that?
No chance. No chance. I went to a lot of them. Had a lot of friends. Had a lot of broken bones. Couldn't get me out there. There goes the runner, and a base hit to right. Hit and run is on. And the Diamondbacks execute to perfection.
Well, more of a run and hit with 2 strikes. A 2-strike hanging curveball, and Cody Ross going right with it, finding that hole between first and second. And with Peralta on the move, he gets in third base without a problem. That's a pretty good at bat for Ross.
So the Diamondbacks putting up a threat here in the 5th. Their best threat against Gallardo today with 2 on. Nobody out. And the 7th place hitter, Didi Gregorius, will bat. Gregorius is a tough guy to double up. He's very fast. Flew out to left field his first time up. And he's swinging a foul. Got in on his hands right down the middle.
Pretty aggressive hack for a guy that has good speed down at the bottom of the order. The Diamondbacks are thinking more of a top of the order type hitter for him. He had a pretty good pitch to hit right there.
Only 37 at-bats in the big leagues this season. He's been down in AAA. Playing a lot of second base down there. He has had 2 swings at fastballs right down the middle, and he's fouled them both off.
Yeah. Yeah, he made the team to go to Australia, played those 2 games, and got sent down when they got back.
Diamondbacks dropped a pair to the Dodgers in Sydney to begin the year. Seems like forever ago. 0-2 on the way. He lays off. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Gallardo could use a strikeout. He's got the backup catcher Goswitch due up next, and then the pitcher spot. So there's a way out, but this is a key batter for him.
And Brewers will concede the run and try to turn a double play, although it's tough to double up Gregorius.
1-2. Up and away. Gallardo had him 0-2. Back-to-back singles to start the inning. David Peralta and Cody Ross aboard, first and third. Brewers got 2 at the top of this inning. And now Maldonado wants to talk it over with Giovanni.
And 2 fastballs down the middle that he fouled off, and a couple of breaking pitches that he's missed with. What do you do here? Maybe bounce the curveball.
Gallardo is a perfect 6-0 against the Arizona Diamondbacks in his career, an ERA under 2. 2-2 pitch and a flare foul. Just got a piece of it.
They're trying to put him away with a slider.
Now Overbay wants to have a chat. Might see Ross take off here. A lot of wheels in motion when you have first and third and nobody out. Everybody on alert. We'll do it again. Another 2-2 and a check on Ross.
Yeah, Ross used to run pretty well, but he's hobbled around a little bit and some hip issues and not running all that well. We'll see if he gets to 3-2 if he takes off.
Didi Gregorius with 2 on. The pitch is swung on. Fly ball left field. Long run for Davis, and he cannot make the play. He was there, but the ball was in the stands, and the fan made the catch, which he is in his right to do up there.
As long as it's in the seats, if he reaches out in the field of play, they can call him out. Call him out in a dead ball. That would have been ideal for the Brewers to get an out call there. Runners wouldn't be able to advance.
See how close it was. It was a good catch.
No, that's pretty close. There's Ron Reddick coming out. I don't blame him. I mean, that's close enough to ask the umpire to take a look at it.
Well, that is reviewable. I think the bigger question is there an angle that would give you a definitive look?
And that's pretty close on the angle that we saw right there. Alfonso Marquez, the third base umpire. This will be a better view if Yo doesn't get in the way.
I mean, if you just look where he's standing and where the glove comes up.
Looks like it's in the seats.
Yeah. And that's the call from the Brewers clubhouse as well. So Renicky waited for notification from the clubhouse. John Shelby down there looking at replays.
You would think a call like that, if they were going to call a guy out, it'd have to be obvious.
Yeah. So the count is still 2-2. Bouncing ball, got a chance to turn it, got to go quick. Jeanette Segura, the throw to first is late. Bad feed by Jeanette.
Yeah, that was doomed from the beginning. Yeah, you got to turn 2 on that. I mean, the Brewers have had a tough time turning double plays. They weren't able to turn a couple in yesterday's game in the first inning, cost them a run. And this has got to be 2. And Jeanette, a bad toss, messing up the rhythm for Segura and not able to get Gregorius at first.
So that'll be an RBI on a fielder's choice for Gregorius. The Diamondbacks are on the board. It's 2-1 Brewers. 1 away now. Here's Goswitch. Everything had to be perfect to get the speedy Gregorius, and it was still going to be close anyway.
And a lot of times it's the contact. Is the ball hit hard enough? It certainly was. The rest of it should have been pretty routine.
So the 5th inning has been a run scoring inning for both clubs. Gallardo retired 10 in a row to start the game before giving up his first hit. Chase Anderson had 4 hitless innings to start. Brewers got 2 runs on 3 hits in the top of this frame, and now 2 hits and a run in for Arizona.
And second time through the batting order has been much better for both clubs. Diamondbacks making better contact as the Brewers did.
Yeah, Brewers go 3 for 9 second time through. The Diamondbacks are 3 for 7 now. Brewers looking for a ground ball here. And go switch back to the mound. Gallardo goes to second and out there barely. Segura did the right thing, just took the out and got out of the way. Second out of the inning. Gregorius was coming in there heavy.
Yeah, Yo really feels his position very well. Yeah, comebacker. Gregorius with pretty good speed has to come get it, and all in one motion able to throw a strike to second. Well, you really help yourself when you can field your position like that.
Segura just does get out of harm's way with spikes high from Gregorius. Here's the pitcher now, Chase Anderson. Gallardo has 15 out of 18 first pitch strikes. So first 2 trips through the batting order, he's been ahead of all but 3 batters. Pitch count in good shape. He's had good command in this game. Trying to finish off this 5th inning right here. Started with back-to-back hits. Diamondbacks had runners at the corners and nobody out. And that'll do it. So Anderson strikes out. Gallardo has 3 Ks. Diamondbacks get a run on 2 hits. It's 2-1 Crew.
Milwaukee Brewers baseball on Fox Sports Wisconsin is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. By the Wisconsin Lottery, reminding you to please play responsibly. And by Miller Lite, now in the original can, it's Miller time.
Final day here in the Arizona desert. Brewers are headed to Denver, Colorado after the game tonight, starting a series with the Rockies tomorrow. Brewers lead 2-1. We head to the 6th inning now. Chase Anderson giving up the 2 runs last inning on 3 hits. And the top of the order coming up. Scooter Gennett will lead off. Gennett, Segura, Gomez. Anybody gets on, it'll be Aramis Ramirez. Scooter did not play yesterday. Ricky Weeks was in the lineup against Wade Miley. Gennett with back-to-back multi-hit games in the first 2 games of this series, including a home run on Tuesday.
Man, that's the thing about a platoon. I mean, you got one of your hottest hitters in your lineup and they sit 1 game. Sometimes it's the last thing he wants. I mean, Gennett, you know he wants to stay in that lineup. I think he wants to keep him in there, but that's just the way it's set up. Ricky Weeks plays against lefties. You hate to take him out of the rhythm. Guys hate off days when they're swinging the bat well.
Gennett lined out in the first inning. He hit a shot over to third base. Gregorius made a nice play on him. Popped up to short his second time up, and way out in front of that changeup. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Got some good movement on it, doesn't it? A straight change. He wraps his 4 fingers around the baseball, and look at the movement on it. Good arm action on it, going away from Gennett.
Got him. Back to it. Gennett strikes out. 3rd strikeout for Chase Anderson.
Hey, Steven Strasburg and the Washington Nationals come to Miller Park Monday, June 23rd through Wednesday the 25th to take on the Brew Crew in a matchup of playoff hopefuls. Call 414-902-4000 or visit brewers.com for tickets. The Nats coming in.
There's a first pitch breaking ball to Segura.
The first place Washington Nationals.
Yep. They've got Jordan Zimmerman going today, the Wisconsin native. That'll put him in line to pitch against the Brewers. He's always been a tough customer against the team he grew up watching, the Milwaukee Brewers. Washington hosting Atlanta a little bit later today. That starts a 4-game weekend series for the Nationals against their division rival Braves before they head to Milwaukee on Monday.
Anderson, one of those guys that looks like he's pretty effortless out there on the mound, barely breaking a sweat. Doesn't throw hard, has a very nice, easy delivery. Locates his pitches well, keeps him down in the strike zone. Hadn't made any mistakes with his changeup.
Mike Harkey, pitching coach of the Diamondbacks, likes what he sees. Anderson's run through Double-A this year. He made 6 starts in Double-A. He was 4-2. His ERA was 0.69. Gave up just 3 earned runs in his 6 starts. He only gave up 1 home run in those 6 starts to begin the year. Big bouncer, and Anderson gloves it, throws it late, and throws it away. Segura on his way to second. So that'll be a base hit and an error on Anderson. That's one he should have just kept in his pocket there.
Yeah. Well, there's no way you're going to get Segura on this. Right off the top of the plate. Just hold on to it. You only make matters worse. You make a throw like that, skips it right by Goldschmidt. And now the Brewers in business. A man at second with 1 out. Trying to make something out of nothing.
That's probably because he was such a gifted shortstop in high school, and I mean, he thinks like a position player still, trying to do more out than he can. That's his first career error in the major leagues. And now Segura into scoring position for Carlos Gomez. 2-1. Brewers have the lead in the 6th. One man out. Gomez has struck out twice. Got him swinging at a breaking ball in the 1st inning, and then he struck him out looking with a fastball in the 4th. He surprised him his last time up. Sounded like he broke his bat. No balls, 2 strikes on Gomez.
See how far inside that pitch was, and Gomez still able to get it. That was about 4 or 5 inches off the inside corner. Gomez still able to hit it hard.
Carlos sitting on a 14-game hitting streak. He'd love to add to it right here. With Segura's speed, he should score on a base hit to the outfield. 0-2 on the way. Gomez strikes out. He got him again and did not throw one pitch in the strike zone to do it. He's got Gomez in swing mode. He's punched him out 3 times today.
There's go switch. He's way up there, about letter high, and Anderson puts it right there. Right by him, right down the middle.
Catchers love that when pitchers throw it where you ask them to. Feel like you can do anything back there behind the plate, huh?
Yeah, call anything.
Ramirez and a base hit to left. Segura around third. The throw coming in is cut off, and Aramis Ramirez makes it 3-1 Milwaukee. RBI single for Ramirez.
Well, double to right, single in a hole into left field, and Ramirez with a big 2-out hit. Not messing around. He got a pitch down and away, able to hook it into left field. There's a big 2-out hit for the Crew. Got that run right back. And with Cody Ross playing deep in left. Not even a throw into home plate.
Well, Ramirez, a run-producing machine. He's always been that way. 32 runs batted in now for the season. Remember, he missed 3 weeks with a hamstring injury. He's at first for Davis. 2 outs in the inning. Chris homered here last night. Drove one to the opposite field. Almost knocked one into the pool out there. Got a good home run groove going right now. If you go back to Davis's call up here in Arizona back in July of last year, he made the team out of spring training. He struggled. He went back to the minor leagues and then was called back up. Ryan Braun was suspended for the rest of the year, and that opened the door for Davis to play every day in left. But if you go back to that point, no Brewer has hit for a higher home run percentage than Chris Davis.
Well, that's why they gave him the job in left field. Get off to a slow start. The guy can hit homers. And he's starting to swing the bat as the Brewers thought he would. They're pushing 260 right now.
Davis has homered about every 16 at-bats is the ratio. Little cue shot right off the end of the bat. Anderson will make the play to end the inning. But the Brewers add one to it. Aramis Ramirez. A 2-out RBI single, and it's 3-1 Milwaukee. if you're just picking us up, it's been a good ball game today. The first run was delivered by the Brewers in the 5th inning. Had RBIs from Overbay and Elian Herrera in that 5th inning. Brewers didn't have a hit until Ramirez's double in the 5th, and then Aramis with his second hit of the ball game just a moment ago. An RBI single with 2 outs, driving in Segura, who had reached on an infield hit. And that's where we stand here. Gallardo's been terrific. 3-1 our score as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. And Rocky, think about that run scoring inning in the top of this frame for the Brewers. Might not have been unless the Brewers get Segura to second base on the throwing error by Chase Anderson.
Right, you don't do yourself any favors by trying to make up for a mistake that you make or a play that you can't make. Just hold on to it. You get him first base, you throw it away, and the Brewers end up picking up a run. Maldonado did the same early in the game. He bobbled a throw, made the throw anyway, and threw it into center field.
And Gallardo was able to pitch out of that inning. This will be the key stretch for Giovanni. He's got the top of the order coming up. Parra, Owings, and Goldschmidt. Brewers lead by 2 here in the home 6th. Trying to get out of here with 3 out of 4 in this series against Arizona. This season series is all tied now after the Diamondbacks walk-off win yesterday. 3 apiece. Diamondbacks took 2 out of 3 in Milwaukee earlier this year. That was in early May. Parra is 0 for 2 today. Hit the ball sharply twice, though. Right off the end of the bat, Gallardo will make the play for the out. 1 away in the 6th.
Been able to get some outs in that curveball. It's been a good pitch for him today. Hey, today's time of the game winner, Mike's Place in Superior. If they call the Brewers in the next 24 hours, they get 40 Miller Lite beer pen tickets to a Brewers home game. This offer courtesy of the Tappan League of Wisconsin and Miller Lite.
Welcome all of those watching from Superior today. Any place called Place is a good place to hang out, right?
Mike's Place?
It's just comfortable. Let's come on over to my place.
Family atmosphere. You ever been to Superior?
Never have.
I haven't either. That's way up there.
You and I should make a trip there together.
Maybe on an off day.
Work on the next day's open. Chris Owings takes a ball high.
Survived the move from Saukville.
Oh yeah, I see it now.
Yeah.
I can't see what his name is, but he's sending a message to his mom. She knows who he is. Usually you make a sign, you hold it up. We caught him in a down moment here. Got to be on your game always.
I think what he did was he holds it up between innings, thinking that they were not shooting anything else.
See, that's the problem right there. We're not on the air between innings.
That's what most people don't know, right?
One ball, 2 strikes. Gallardo against Chris Owings, and it's in the dirt. Owings has been an opposite field hitting machine in this series. Had the first hit of the day for the Diamondbacks. Gallardo had retired the first 10 to start the day, and then Owings had a little flare on a curveball that almost hit the dirt. He just picked it off the ground, it seemed, and punched it into right field. Inside, and Owings, that's a foul ball.
Yeah, pretty close, wasn't it?
Oliver Perez in the Diamondbacks bullpen. Let's see here.
Right off the knob of the bat. Looked like.
Owing stands right on top of the plate. 2-2. And he shoots one to Jeanette. Another hard hit ball over there, but this time Jeanette makes a play for out number 2.
This guy's been a tough out, hasn't he? I mean, he hits the ball hard. He hits it where it's pitched. Very good at shooting that ball in the right field. Good-looking young player, Chris Owings.
Yes, indeed. I would put him on your Rookie of the Year watch in the National League.
Yeah.
He is among National League leaders among rookies in a lot of categories, including the highest batting average among National League rookies. He's up there in homers and RBIs.
Got a good idea at the plate. Has a plan when he goes up there. We've seen him advance base runners in the series.
Here's the centerpiece of the Diamondbacks lineup, Paul Goldschmidt. Gallardo has struck him out twice tonight. Spins one in for a strike, and it's 1-1 to Goldschmidt. The 15 home runs for Goldschmidt is 5th in the league. Giancarlo Stanton has 20. Strike 2. Fastball on the corner. 1-2 the count on Goldschmidt.
And last time Goldschmidt was in this spot, Giovanni had him the same count. He busted him inside with a fastball. See if he goes back in there.
Maldonado has him shake off 3 times. Back to the fastball. Does leak in there, and he jammed him.
And left it outside. It was supposed to be away. Left it down the middle of the plate.
Goldschmidt is the National League hits leader. He's tied with Lucroy in that category. 2nd in RBIs, too. A big bat. 1-2 the count, and he doesn't bite. Not a bad idea. 2-2 now to Paul Goldschmidt.
Yeah, we were flipping through the stats before the game. You know who leads the American League in hits? Jose Altuve with the Houston Astros.
How many hits?
96.
Wow. So 96 hits for Altuve. The National League leader is Lucroy and Goldschmidt with 89 hits.
Right. Didn't realize he was having that kind of year, Altuve.
2-2 on the way. And a shot, base hit. And there's hit number 90 of the season for Paul Goldschmidt. It's a 2-strike single. And the Diamondbacks have a man on with 2 outs. And they'll bring the tying run to the plate at Aaron Hill.
That put Goldschmidt a little bit out in front. And it looked like another hanger right off the end of the bat that time and into left field. That's just a nice swing by Goldschmidt. And didn't get quite all of it, but hit it hard enough to get it into left field.
Two outs in the 6th. Aaron Hill, the batter. He's 0 for 2 against Gallardo. Segura made a nice play on him in the 4th, deep in the hole. That ended the inning and stranded a runner at 3rd. I'd be curious to see what the Brewers bullpen looks like tonight or today. I wonder if Will Smith would be down today, having pitched in 3 consecutive games. Kinsler took the loss last night. Back up the middle. Scooter Gennett is there. Backhands it. Throw to first in time. And the defensive positioning pays off again. Inning over. Gallardo has given up just 1 run. The Brewers lead 3-1. series win. They could win their third today before it dries. Our non-stoppable play is courtesy of Southwest Airlines, and we give it to Lyle Overbay to begin with. Overbay drove in the first run. Part of a 2-run fifth inning. Overbay actually got a double out of that on that clean single back up the middle, but there was nobody playing second base, so Overbay kept on running to second. He ended up scoring later in that inning on a Herrera base hit.
Yeah, 2 mistakes by the Diamondbacks have cost him 2 runs. As Oliver Perez, a veteran left-hander, takes the mound, having a good season, 31st appearance, and a pretty good earned run average, a little bit under 2.40. 24 punch-outs in 26 and a third innings. Got great stuff. His issue has always been control, throwing strikes. Apparently doing that this year.
Chase Anderson, the rookie right-hander, goes 6 innings, gives up 3 runs, 2 earned. That unearned run was by his own hand. He committed the error. No walks, 4 strikeouts. I think the Diamondbacks might have found something here with Chase Anderson. Looks like a good pitcher.
Out poised right from Double-A. Coming up, throwing strikes, looking as though he belongs here.
So it'll be Overbay to start it. Maldonado to follow, then Herrera. If anybody gets on, Renicky will have a decision to make with Giovanni Gallardo due up 4th. Gallardo in the mid-90s for a pitch count right now. He's only given up 1 run through the first 6 innings.
I think Renicky's hoping that Gallardo can get him another inning. I mean, based on the way the bullpen is, talking about Will Smith. He's pitched in 3 consecutive games. Although by the looks of Yo right there, not sure.
Now normally a pitcher that's in the game would be sitting back resting, but Gallardo is batting in this inning, so we'll just have to keep an eye on him to see. Brewers don't have any activity in their bullpen right now. Gallardo is very chatty here between innings.
Yeah, most pitchers are kind of left to their own thoughts, sitting all alone in the dugout.
Way inside, almost hit Overbay, and it's 3 balls, no strikes. Former Met Oliver Perez. There was a time when he was pitching for the Mets back in 06, 07 range. Mets thought they had one of the best left-handers in the game up and coming. Didn't turn out that way. As Overbay draws the walk.
That's pretty much been his undoing, what he just did to Overbay right there. I mean, inconsistent in his delivery, and he can be very wild.
He's going to bring Maldonado to the plate. Martin is an excellent bunter. Often tries to bunt for hits. He's not the fastest player in the world, but he's a very good bunter. He'll sneak a few infield hits every now and then. You wonder if he's up there trying to advance Overbay. We'll see.
2-run lead, maybe Ron Renicky looking for the big inning. And he's not above trying to bunt for a base hit. You've got D.D. Gregorius way behind the bag at third. Peeking down there right now. Do I or don't I?
And the other part of the equation is you're facing a pitcher who's thrown 5 straight balls. Right down the middle. Maldonado has been a very good backup this season. He didn't hit much last year. 2 years ago had a great year swinging the bat. He filled in for Lucroy when Lucroy was injured. His playing time was more consistent, and he responded well. The Brewers very fortunate to find Maldonado. 2 capable catchers. He does show bunt. Bunts it foul. Thinking along with you there, partner.
Why not? They're give it to you, put it down on the ground, you have a base hit. Or at worst, you advance the base runner. They've got him played pretty much straight away and back. And the position of third baseman is why Maldonado dropped down the bunt.
This is when you want to put one in the seats right here. Bunt one foul, then hit one out. The 1-2. Slow roller foul. There are a lot of teams that are searching desperately for a backup catcher. Somebody like Maldonado. He's got a positive attitude, a guy who shows up ready to play every day, but he's an excellent defender. So you actually upgrade the position when Maldonado's in the game. No disrespect to Lucroy, but Maldonado is an exceptional defensive catcher in all facets. Called strike 3, got him on the inside corner, and Maldonado is out. He's 0 for 3 today.
Looked like that might have been inside. Check it out. Was supposed to be away. Check that out. Right on the corner. A lot of times you're not going to get that call. The catcher is setting up on the outside corner and hits the inside corner. That's why it looked inside, because Ghostwich had to reach for it.
Umpire called the zone, not the glove. That's what they're taught to do. One gone. Here is Elian Herrera. Turns around, hits right-handed against the lefty, and Overbay is picked off. A base running mistake. Overbay not trying to steal a base, just lost contact with Perez, and out he goes.
Yeah, making a move toward first or second base, and that's a pretty easy call over there at first base.
Wipes out the leadoff walk. So Herrera bats with 2 away. Elian drove in a run in the 5th. Part of a 2-run inning. He drove in the 2nd run. Easy ground ball to Aaron Hill, and that'll be a 3-batter inning for Oliver Perez. To the 7th we go. Diamondbacks coming up. 3-1 Crew. To you by the all-new Chevy Silverado. A Thursday afternoon in downtown Phoenix. Got a good crowd on hand today. The Brewers lead the Diamondbacks 3-1 as we head to the bottom of the 7th. So we have a traffic advisory. And because the Brewers are on the road, Miller Park was available for a big convention. And they're going to be, I think, about 35,000 people at the convention tomorrow that the Brewers are hosting, or Miller Park is hosting. So heavier than normal traffic is expected all weekend. So make sure you make plans accordingly if you're driving around the Miller Park area, east and westbound I-94. And that's your traffic advisory for the day.
Well done.
Use at your discretion. Gallardo back out there to start his 7th inning. He'll have David Peralta, Cody Ross, Didi Gregorius. And the part of the order that did some damage last time around. Peralta and Ross started the inning with singles. The only run scoring inning of the day for Arizona came in this stretch of the batting order for Gallardo.
And Peralta hit a 2-1 pitch into center field, one of the few times that Gallardo has been behind in the count. Working ahead just about all day.
Diamondbacks have a theme going with their eye black among their outfielders. Saw Cody Ross. That is a swing, by the way. 1-2 the count, unable to check his swing. Maldonado wants the curveball from Gallardo, and it's down and in. I think Maldonado has as much to do with those check swing strikes as anyone I've seen. You ever watch him, like he points down there and he's nodding yes. He's almost getting into a little subliminal messaging with the umpire.
Into the head of that umpire down at first or third base, right?
He's like, oh yeah, you saw that as a strike, right? You saw that. That's a strike. Yeah. That's a strike.
I think they give him the benefit of the doubt because of that sweet catcher's gear he's been wearing on the road.
I agree.
The gray, that's relatively new. A couple of road trips.
Full count. Bounce to the first. Overbay gobbles it up. He'll take it himself. And the first out for Gallardo in the seventh.
Yeah, breaking pitch on a full count, and Gallardo gets another first batter out. Hey, Friday, June 27th is a Brewers T-shirt Friday. All fans at Miller Park to see the Brew Crew take on Troy Tulowitzki and the Rockies will get a free Brewers T-shirt courtesy of Master Printwear. Call 414-902-4000 or visit brewers.com for tickets.
One gone. Gallardo will face Cody Ross. Giovanni's given up 4 hits today. 2 of them came in that 5th inning. All of the hits today for the Diamondbacks are singles. Peralta, Ross, Goldschmidt. It was Chris Owings who had the first hit. Chase Anderson with 6 innings. 5 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned for Arizona. Gallardo still churning along here in the 7th. 4 hits and 1 run. He has not walked a batter and has 3 strikeouts.
Yeah, look at that location right on the outside corner to Ross.
A line drive to left. That is a fair ball down into the corner. And an extra base hit on a hanging breaking ball from Gallardo. Cody Ross is 2 out of 3.
And hasn't left many breaking pitches up there. And this is a hanger for sure. And Ross, even though it's on the outer half of the plate, able to hook it down the line. So a 1-out double for the Diamondbacks. And again, Cody Ross able to get something going.
Ross with 2 hits. That's the first extra base hit against Gallardo. And the tying run's coming up. Didi Gregorius, who has the lone RBI today. Gregorius beat out a potential double play ground ball to preserve the RBI in the 5th. He's up there with a runner at second. 1 away. 3-1 Brew Crew.
Gregorius has missed some pitches that have been right down the middle of the plate. That's a pretty big hack. Young hitter, not supposed to be worried about power. Uses speed and hit the ball on the ground.
Fouled it right back. Maldonado is ready to fire one to second base. The right-hander is Rob Wooten. Zach Duke is the lefty. Figured Gallardo will stay in there through the bottom of this order. Gregorius is the 7th place hitter. And then once you get back to the top, you'll probably see a pitching change. Can Gallardo get through this 7th? He's got one man out. 0-2 the count. And a curveball is fouled off right off his foot. Gallardo's spot in the batting order due up first in the 8th. So you got some pretty heavy hitters down there available for Renicky today with no Braun and no Lucroy in the lineup. I'm curious to see who he goes with to hit for Gallardo, and most assuredly would be his final inning here.
And Mark Reynolds available on the bench. Ricky Weeks. All right-handers.
Foul tip right into the middle of Maldonado, and a strikeout for Gallardo.
Well, he takes a healthy hack, doesn't he? He went 2 strikes, doesn't shorten up, and that pitch looked like it was center cut down the middle. Check it out, a hanging slider. And he swings right through it. You see, he pulls his head trying to hit it out of the ballpark. At least that's what it looks like.
Well, it's been his bat that has kept him down. Gallardo exploits it. 2 outs. Gregorius retired, and Gallardo will face Tuffy Goswitch now. Tying run at the plate. Goswitch with 2 away, and Cody Ross at second. Got a big lead out there. Milwaukee 3.5 up on the Cardinals to start play today. St. Louis is hosting Philadelphia a little bit later tonight. Cardinals lost to the Mets yesterday to finish their series. There's a ground ball to second. Scooter Gennett in the grass makes the play. Gallardo 7 strong, trying to remain undefeated in his career against the Diamondbacks. He's in position. Shining moment today is brought to you by Marshfield Clinic, and we give you the day of Giovanni Gallardo. Another impressive outing against the Diamondbacks.
It hasn't been a big strikeout day for Giovanni, only 4 strikeouts, but he has not walked a batter. He's had 5, count them 5 3-ball counts. I mean, he's been working ahead in the count just about all day. And his breaking pitches, once again, his 3 games in a row where he's had a good curveball and slider. There's the numbers for Gallardo: 1 run and 5 hits. And the big statistic for Giovanni: no walks. He's been able to manage his pitch count pretty well.
Gallardo is 6-0 lifetime against the Diamondbacks. He's got a chance to go to 7-0 if the Brewers can get to the end here today. Ricky Weeks will be announced as the pinch hitter. Oliver Perez back on the mound. He's got a right-hander, does Gibson, ready in the bullpen. But with Weeks coming up, he's going to let it ride here with Oliver Perez.
Try to get him through Jeanette, perhaps, and then you have a string of right-handers.
And Jeanette due up next. So Gallardo with his 11th quality start. If you're keeping track of the quality starts, 11 out of 15 for Yo. That's at least 6 innings, 3 runs or fewer. Brewers have 50 quality starts this year. That is the best in the major leagues.
Yeah, no surprise. Pitching, defense is why the Brewers, at least early in the season, were in first place. Offense starting to come around.
Three to 1 Brewers, scoring twice in the 5th, added 1 in the 6th. RBIs today from Overbay, Herrera, and Aramis Ramirez. As Weeks lays off one outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Perez came on, issued a leadoff walk on 4 pitches last inning. Then he struck out Maldonado, and then Overbay got picked off first, so he faced 3 batters. And Weeks into right. Coming in is Parra. Routine for him, and the first out for Oliver Perez in the 8th. And now to the top of the order in Scooter Gennett.
Second baseman, Scooter Gennett.
Probably be Perez's last hitter. Scooter is 0 for 3 today. He hit a bullet to third in the first inning, the first batter of the game. Gregorius made a nice catch on him. He's popped up and struck out since. And a tough matchup for him here. The Brewers are confident Gennett's going to hit lefties eventually. He did in the minor leagues. But he's not facing many lefties at this point with that platoon with Ricky Weeks.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, you can't expect him to do much against lefties if he doesn't face many of them.
Look out. That hit him close. It missed him. A quick release by Perez.
And Scooter's probably thinking, why didn't I let that hit me? It was a breaking pitch. There's Stikes. This got called up today. That's not going to hurt Scooter. Let it hit you.
Oliver Perez is giving Gennett all kind of different looks on the mound. He's got a little bit of Louis Tiant.
Yeah.
A little bit of Al Raboski.
It's one of the reasons why he's been so inconsistent with his control. I mean, kind of messes around out there with his delivery. Different release points. He'll turn his back.
That was more conventional that time. Didn't turn at all. And got to be ready for the hurry up pitch. 2 balls, 2 strikes. I wonder if he has names for all of those deliveries. That was more of a knee straight up and then he turned.
I think he just makes it up as he goes.
Oh, he has to.
I don't think there's really any rhyme or reason.
I think he's having a lot of fun doing that.
He's had a nice long career.
Have left arm will travel at this point. See what he gives him here. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And Gennett pulls one. A fair ball down the line. Gennett on his way to second. Parra fields it cleanly, and that'll keep him at a double.
Yep, left that one up and in, and Gennett able to get a piece of it and hit it hard down the line. A hanging slider from Oliver Perez. Here it is. Supposed to be away. Look where it ends up. I think that might have been in off the inside corner. Pulls the hands in, keeps it fair, and the Brewers have an insurance run out at second base.
In a 3-1 game, Jeanette standing in scoring position as Kirk Gibson will make the pitching change. And Matt Stites just here from Reno, the hard thrower, coming in next. For a win here today would be his 7th career against the Diamondbacks. The Brewers lead 3-1 as we play in the 8th. And Jeanette out at second with 1 out. And a major league debut here. Matt Stites just called up from AAA Reno, and a guy that the Diamondbacks feel like is a future closer in the big leagues.
Yeah, he was a closer down in the minor leagues. He split time between AA and AAA, 29 games combined. And 15 saves, a .289 earned run average. They say he has a pretty live fastball. 5'11", 195 pounds, out of the University of Missouri.
With Jeanette at second, Gene Segura will bat. Brewers trying to add to their 3-1 lead. They've out-hit Arizona 6-5. And a big swing and a miss. Steve Berthiaume, the Diamondbacks television announcer, was telling us about Stites. This is the guy that Kevin Towers compares to Craig Kimbrell. It's a lofty comparison, but he's not a big guy, but has a great arm, power pitcher, and a potential closer. In the air to right. Gerardo Parra is under it. Jeanette is going to tag, and he'll stop. Nobody runs on Gerardo Parra, at least not today. Second out of the inning. There's Kevin Towers, general manager here in Arizona, although Tony La Russa has just taken over as the head of the baseball operations.
Center fielder Carlos.
It's got to be a bit uncomfortable for Kevin Towers. He's had a nice long career as a general manager, most of which was with the San Diego Padres.
Highly respected GM, and he was in the news earlier this week, the passing of Tony Gwynn. Kevin Towers and Tony Gwynn very close, of course, in their days in San Diego. KT had some impactful words about Tony Gwynn earlier this week. And this is one of the guys he is very fond of. And Stites, a fly ball to right, that is down. Gomez with a base hit. Here comes Jeanette, and he will score. Gomez to second, and he's safe. 4-1 Brewers on a base hit by Gomez. And as the Diamondbacks throw the ball around the field, he takes the extra bag.
No, Gerardo Parra probably shouldn't have made that throw, but it was a pretty good throw over there by Goswish to second. Now you might see Kirk Gibson go out there and ask for a review. Not a very good throw. Gomez able to get into second base, barely. Very close at second base.
Gomez just Doing all he can to get to that fastball. Got a jam shot. Look at the vibration on the bat. Yeah. Able to muscle it into right. That extends his hitting streak to 15 games and has now reached base, a major league high 32 games.
And now finally Kirk Gibson comes out and asks for a review. That took a while. Supposed to go right out, aren't you?
Remember, after the 7th inning, it's the crew chief's discretion whether he goes to a review. I think Gibson went out just to encourage him. If a manager has a challenge, he can use it after the 7th, but all managers try to get the crew chief to do it on his own.
I guess why not use it right now, right? You got Ramirez coming up, followed by Davis. A base hit now, and the Brewers are going to be able to get a 4-run lead. I don't know how they're going to be able to reverse that one, but we'll see.
That's bang bang. So they review the play, and the call is out, but the run scores. That didn't take long at all, just 46 seconds. So really? Gomez called out, and the run scores, and the Brewers head to the bottom of the 8th at a 4-1 lead. Fourth run. That inning ended abruptly after a challenge. Gomez called out at second base, but the run had scored. So 4-1 as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. And it'll be Zach Duke and not Will Smith. So that answers the one major question we had coming into today.
Yeah, last 8 games, the Brewers relief corps has been outstanding at .87 earned run average. They've allowed only 2 runs in 19 innings and have posted an opponent batting average of 192. And Zach Duke right at the top of the list as far as effectiveness out of there, a 127 earned run average. Well, that was a pretty close play at second base. I guess the angle that they had showed it was clear that Gomez was out. It looked pretty close to me.
Yeah, that was a very fast review process. Good for Major League Baseball. That was how they wanted it done. You could tell they'd already looked at it before Ted Barrett even put the headsets on, because there was a pretty quick response, just 46 seconds as a matter of fact, and not only called the out at second, but also made sure they counted the run. That was the easy part. You knew Jeanette had come across. So the Brewers will take the run, 4-1 on the RBI by Gomez. Duke facing Pacheco to start it off the bench, the former Rocky, Jordan Pacheco. He's hitting .240 this year. Top of the order due next. You've got Parra, the lefty. Might see a pitching change at that point. Chris Owings and Paul Goldschmidt to follow. Matt Stice makes his major league debut. 2/3 of an inning, gives up 1 hit. That run that scored belonged to Oliver Perez. Chase Anderson on the hook for the loss, the Diamondbacks starter. Gallardo in line for the win. Giovanni was terrific today. 7 innings, gave up 5 hits, and only 1 earned run.
Well, he likes pitching here, doesn't he? It's not exactly a pitcher's ballpark, but it is for Gallardo.
Two and 1 to Pacheco. A little flare to right. Herrera will watch this one bounce foul. Just missed the line. 2-2 to Pacheco. Zach Duke, one of 4 left-handers the Brewers are carrying right now in their 8-man bullpen. Duke's been the situational left-hander, but Renicky said he feels confident with him against right-handed batters. We'll see how confident he is after Gerardo Parra. Guess it all depends on the structure of the inning.
Yeah, what happens before that?
2 balls, 2 strikes. Flings one inside arm and a base hit. So Pacheco reaches on a single, a pinch hit single. Got a couple of pinch hits this year. And a base runner with nobody out in his 8th inning. Top of the order coming up. Miller Lite, what's on tap? Here's what we'll have tomorrow. Christian Bergman for the Rockies against Marco Estrada. Marco in desperate need of a turnaround, and got the best hitting team in the National League, the Rockies, and the best hitting ballpark in the National League, Coors Field.
Yep, he's due for a good outing.
And Miller Lite, what's on tap tomorrow? The only night game of the 3-game set against the Rockies. Breaking ball strike to Parra. He thought it was down. Parra probably feels like he should have 2 hits at least today. Scalded a couple his first time, 2 times up. Nothing to show for it though. He sent Gomez deep toward the wall in left center in his first at bat, and then hit a bullet back off the side of the mound against Gallardo. It took a little steam off that shot, and it bounced right to Segura. He's 0 for 3 today. Tied him up, 1-2 the count.
Yeah, that Zach Duke fastball will sneak up on a hitter, because as a lefty anyway, you're looking for an off-speed pitch, that slider away. Every now and again he'll try and bust that fastball in on the hands, and it's been very effective for him. Will Smith does the same.
Two and 2 on Parra. Now the bat you're trying to avoid with men on base is currently in the hold right now. That's Paul Goldschmidt. Got Owings next, the rookie shortstop, and then Goldschmidt. Kirk Gibson still has Miguel Montero available on that bench, among others, but the big bat that is available is Montero. Down he goes. Called strike 3, and Parra barking at Will Little on his way out. I'm surprised he didn't throw him out of the game.
Yeah, it was pretty animated, right? It looked to me, and again, my eyes might be deceiving me because I didn't think Gomez was out at second, and that's the second time that a slider down in the zone has been called. That was right on the line. And here comes Ron Redicky.
So Duke gets the lefty, exits with a runner at first. That is his responsibility, and here comes Rob Wooten. A pinch hitter to start the inning, giving up a base hit, but then strikes out Gerardo Parra, so he gets one out. And now it'll be Rob Wooten. Obviously, Will Smith is down today. No plans on pitching Smith. So it's Wooten and Duke trying to combine to get through this 8th inning to set up Frankie Rodriguez in a 3-run Brewers lead.
Yeah, that earned run average around 5, largely due to his last outing. Pitched Sunday against Cincinnati. Gave up 5 runs on 6 hits, did not retire a batter, so right back out on the horse here today in a big spot, a 3-run lead, and you got the tough part of this lineup coming up.
Well, even despite that rough outing by Wooten, and he is in desperate need of a new memory here quickly, Brewers bullpen has been fantastic, especially on the road in the hostile environments. Brewers ERA out of their bullpen in their last 8 road games is under 1. Only given up 2 earned runs and holding opponents to a batting average under 200.
Ideally right now you want to get your double play ball, but Owings runs well. He's been one of the toughest outs for the Brewers in this series.
Owings, his 1 out of 3, had the first Diamondbacks hit. And a swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. There's Goldschmidt. That's the last guy you want to see with a couple of men on base. Owings into center field. Gomez coming in, got a good jump on it, and he'll make the play for the out. Second out of the inning. And it keeps the tying run in the on-deck circle for now as Rob Wooten retires Owings. And we'll face Paul Goldschmidt here with 2 away.
You got Owings out in front on a slider, back-to-back breaking pitches, and Owings got it down on the end of the bat.
Now Rob Wooten takes a little bit of solace from that last outing as Goldschmidt down the right field line, hit well, slicing, and it is a foul ball. Not by much.
Well, he's something else going to the right field. He has got tremendous power going that way. Didn't even hit that ball all that well. Sounded like it was on the end. Nearly hit one out, almost wrapped it around that foul pole.
A long, loud strike.
It's almost as if he pulls the ball begrudgingly. He's always thinking up the middle, right center. That's what makes him such a tough out.
He did pull the ball for a base hit against Gallardo his last time up. Shot one through the hole between third and short. The 0-1 and a strike. Surprised him with a fastball. In that game when Wooten allowed 6 straight hits, 5 of those hits were seeing eye base hits. You know, they found holes, and I think that was the theme with Wooten. Today was just a bad luck day for you. There's a called strike 3. Goldschmidt is rung up. Rob Wooten on 3 pitches punches out Paul Goldschmidt to end the inning. Bob Wooten, his manager, gives him the ball. High leverage situation after a rough time out his last time, and he strikes out Paul Goldschmidt. Goldschmidt, you can tell he's thinking opposite field, but this one hits the upper corner of the strike zone, and he's rung up to end it. Retires the 2 batters he faces.
Good job. Good turnaround from his last time out. As J.J. puts his second appearance in the series. 18th appearance overall. J.J. Puts having a rough season. A 7.11 earned run out. Was the former Rockies closer. Had over 40 saves back in 2011 for the Diamondbacks. Did I say Rockies?
Yes, you did.
I'm getting ahead of myself.
That's tomorrow. That's understandable. It's no reflection on your character.
Yes, it is.
Wendy's at the plate. Aramis Ramirez. He's had a big day. A couple of hits. Drove in a key run in the 6th inning. That was a 2-out RBI single in the 6th. Brewers lead 4-1. They scored 2 in the 5th. That Ramirez RBI in the 6th, and then added one in the 8th on a Gomez RBI single. That Gomez hit last inning extended a hitting streak for him to 15 in a row, and now 32 consecutive games on base. And what could be his final at bat of the day. He keeps the streaks alive. 2-0 on Ramirez. Outside for a ball. I'll tell you, if the Brewers can get to the end of this game with a win without having Ryan Braun or Jonathan Lucroy or Will Smith available,
right,
that'll be a feather in the cap going to Denver. The Brewers won the first 2 games in this series without Gomez in the lineup.
And the other thing is, I mean, not just that you're able to win a game without those guys driving in runs and being a presence in the lineup, but it makes your bench players feel like they're contributing and feel like they're a part of things, and that's always good down the stretch. That's always good for the long term.
Strike 2 from Putz. J.J. Putz has put together a nice career. Coming to the end of that career, you would think. And a half swing. Ramirez didn't mean to do it. Putz strikes him out for the first out of the ninth.
Left fielder Chris Davis.
J.J. Putz played his college ball at Michigan. As Chris Davis comes up, Powerball home run leaderboard. Davis a home run shy of the club lead. Mark Reynolds occupies that spot. Davis is hitless today. He's 0 for 2. He was hit by a pitch in the second. He's had 4 hits and 5 RBIs in the series, including a 3-run home run yesterday that tied the game. That ball's driven to right. Slicing away from Parra. Got a chance. It is off the base of the fence. And that'll be a double for Chris Davis. Now we hit the air today talking about Davis and his opposite field approach, driving the ball, and he cashes you in there, partner.
And check it out, outer half, and Davis has been doing this for a while now, about 26, 27 games. Driving it to the opposite field. Watch where he makes contact. He lets the ball get back in his stance a little bit. Doesn't even get all of it. That's how strong he is. He's got a violent swing, but under control, and able to one-hop that one off the right field fence.
What a find he is for the Brewers. There were a lot of questions this spring when it started to get around the circuit that Ryan Braun was being moved to right field for a young hitter named Chris Davis. We saw great flashes of it last year in the second half from Davis. And he has answered the critics. Davis has been a big bat in this lineup. He's at second for Lyle Overbay.
Got off to a slow start, but certainly has turned things around. He's much more relaxed. I think that he had a lot of pressure he put on himself in the beginning of the season, trying too hard to drive in runs and get the job done.
Now Chris Davis in this series is 5 for 15. Home run, a double, a triple. He's driven in 5 runs. I can't wait to see this guy swing the bat at Coors Field. There's a strike. 1 and 2 on Overbay. Lyle had a big RBI in the 5th inning. Ended up as a double, even though he hit it to straightaway center. There was nobody at second base, no middle infielder, so he just kept running. Drove in the first run of the day for the Brew Crew.
Brewers able to capitalize on Diamondback mistakes today. That infield miscommunication cost him a run that inning, and then the throwing error by Anderson, the pitcher, put a runner in scoring position. A base hit scored him.
Overbay pulls one through the hole, a base hit. Davis around third, going to try to score. Here comes the throw, and the tag is in time. They got him. Gerardo Parra cuts down another base runner. Close play. That was a great catch and tag by Goswitch.
Yep, had to be right on the money. The throw, and it was. This guy can throw the baseball. Not only does he have a big arm, but right on the money. And a nice pick by Goswitch. That was a tougher play than I thought. I didn't think it bounced, but on the replay you can see it bounces. He's not blocking home plate, so everything's above board there, and he makes the sweep tag.
That was very nicely done. A great throw and an even better play at the plate. Short hops with catcher's mitts. With a base runner coming in on you, not the easiest thing to pull off.
Especially a backhand short hop pick.
So the second out at the plate. And here's Maldonado. Another hit for Overbay. 2 hits and a walk today for Lyle. He's at second. Went to second on the throw. The 3 reserve players who were in the starting lineup today, Overbay and Maldonado and Herrera, have all made contributions today. Overbay with 2 hits and a walk and an RBI. Herrera drove in a run. And Maldonado, while hitless, you got to give him credit for working with Gallardo through 7 strong innings. Popped him up. This should end the inning. It'll be the Gold Glover Goldschmidt who wants it, and that will retire the Brewers in the 9th. Heck of a play by Parra to Goswitch for the second out. Last call for the D-backs.
Well, as K-Rod comes into the game, we take a look at the Columbia St. Mary's save tracker. 22 saves on the year. K-Rod leads the National League in that category. 22 saves on the season. And last picked up a save on Tuesday. Gave up a run on 3 hits and was able to nail it down. Has 39 punch-outs and 35 in the 3rd innings this year. Only blown saves came against the Yankees and the Orioles.
And a strikeout to walk ratio about 4-1. That's been the key for Frankie Rodriguez. Aaron Hill will lead off. Rob Wooten did the heavy lifting last inning, retiring Owings and Goldschmidt. So K-Rod will face Aaron Hill, David Peralta, and Cody Ross. Brewers are 3 outs away from 3 out of 4 in Arizona. And strike 1 to Aaron Hill. K-Rod leads Trevor Rosenthal in the National League in saves. Rosenthal of the Cardinals has 20. Craig Kimbrell and Sergio Romo, and Kenley Jansen with 20 as well. Been a great year for Frankie Rodriguez. He is moving up the all-time saves list. Next on the list is Francisco Cordero, another former Brewer.
Yeah, a couple of Brewers on that list, huh? Raleigh.
K-Rod tied Roberto Hernandez with a save on Tuesday. And 3 away from 13th all time. Telly had a nice piece today on Frankie Rodriguez. Not talking about his great year and the success he's had, but talking about his mentorship of these young relievers. That is not something that I knew about K-Rod. I'm not sure anybody in the organization knew about him prior to his arrival in Milwaukee in 2011.
Yeah, he's been something else. I mean, taking guys under their wing, knowing when to say the right thing after a good game, after a bad game. And one of the big reasons, according to this Brewers bullpen, you talked to Lee Tunnell, Rick Kranitz, why this bullpen has been such a cohesive unit, not just because of their success, but the leadership of K-Rod down there.
One ball, 2 strikes on Hill. Did he go? They'll ask. He did not. Able to check his swing, according to Paul Schreiber. Now, there's a couple of guys down there in the bullpen that I respect their opinions a great deal. Marcus Handel's one of them. He's not a guy who throws out superlatives very often. The bullpen catcher. He's been here for a long time. And Lee Tunnell's a pretty soft-spoken guy. Doesn't throw out the accolades very often either. And both Tunnell and Handel rave about K-Rod. He goes that time, called by the home plate umpire. And Aaron Hill has a few parting shots for Will Little. Hitters are always asking for the home plate umpire just to ask for help.
Right. But once they make the call, that's it. There's no turning back at that point. Looks like he went, though. Good call by the home plate umpire.
I'll tell you, Will Little, the home plate umpire, he's been barked at a lot, but from both sides. But every replay that we've had of strikes or swings, he's been right on the money.
Yeah.
So one gone. Here's Peralta, and he lines one to right, a base hit. Up there hacking early, Peralta with his second hit of the day. And a base runner for the Diamondbacks with 1 out.
Not bad for a pitcher.
That's right. Made the right move, I guess. A rare move from a professional pitcher to a hitter. Well, the tying run still on deck. K-Rod trying to keep it that way. Here is Cody Ross, who has 2 hits tonight, or today. Had a double his last time up against Gallardo.
Yeah, both of his hits have come on off-speed pitches, a curveball and a slider.
Frankie from the stretch as always. And Ross takes low. We talk about Frankie Rodriguez as this wise old sage, and here he is, 14th on the all-time saves list. And Telly's doing a story about his mentorship. He's 32 years old.
Right. He's not that old, is he? He's just been around forever because he started so young.
He was 20 when he was brought to the big leagues in the year 2002, part of that Angels World Series title team. Swinging a foul tip, 2-1 to count. Still holds the Major League single season record for saves with 62. Spent 7 years with the Angels. Had 3 years with the Mets. Traded from the Mets to the Brewers. Brewers traded him to the Orioles last year, and then he re-signed with Milwaukee for the 3rd time. There's a shot to short. Segura, Jeanette, the turn, and it's in time, and a double play, and the Brewers win. The Brewers win 3 out of 4 from the Arizona Diamondbacks as Frankie Rodriguez with save number 23 makes a winner out of Giovanni Gallardo. who is now 5-4 and 7-0 lifetime against the Arizona Diamondbacks.
That's a nice win for the Crew with all the guys that were out of lineup today. Braun, Lucroy, Mark Reynolds. Everybody contributing to the success of this team right now.
All smiles on their way to Denver. The Brewers beat the Diamondbacks 4-1. Take 3 out of 4, and that sets us up for Brewers Live. Coming up, let's check in with Jeff Grayson in our Fox Sports Wisconsin studio.